New York Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Live with the Revival.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And guys, we got so much to talk about here. All right. The Giants has lost in a thriller OT against the Dallas Cowboys. And man, we got some stuff to go over. I'm at a loss for words here, guys. Because in my opinion, I thought they played pretty dang decent. I think Russell Wilson had a career high of 450 yards and I think 3 touchdowns and that interception, which we'll get to. Malik Neighbors was absolutely off the charts, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wan'Dale Robinson finally came alive. Like, for a couple years now, I'm like, man, what is Wan'Dale? Like, why do we draft him? Right? But he had a game, man. 142 yards and 1 touchdown as well. Darius Slayton was in the mix a little bit. 61 yards, 2 catches. And Tyrell Tracy and etc. at the backfield. Cam Scatterboo, 11 touches, 45 yards and a touchdown. Tyrell Tracy, 5 and 15. Cam Scatterboo got a 4.1 average yards per carry. So it's a good game for Cam Scatterboo, man. Very good game, man. But I'll tell you this, man. I just want to say this as far as Cam Scatterboo is concerned. You see him come alive when there's a dual threat at quarterback. Because when Jackson Dart got in there, they didn't know who to guard. That's futures to come. To look at Jackson Dart in there, knowing that he could be a weapon. And I don't think he's like this big running quarterback, but he can move. He can move. He's not Lamar Jackson back there, but the guy can move and he can run a little bit. I'm just saying a little bit of Josh Allen, just a little bit. So Dallas had to pretty much keep an eye on Jackson Dart while he was there, which opened up the hole for Cam Scatterboo and to set up that touchdown as well. So I'm actually liking what I see there as far as the offense with Jackson Dart coming in. They were getting a little repetitive. I didn't want them to keep running it. I want him to throw a pass. You get what I'm saying? But you can see Brian Daboll probably doesn't trust Jackson Dart as of yet throwing a pass. Give it time. Give it time, guys. Let this gumbo cook. But overall, man, Russell Wilson actually played pretty well. Russell Wilson was saying, man, suck it to the rest of the teams that passed him, right, today. He found this groove or something here today, man. So I got to give kudos to Russell Wilson, man. I think that slowed down the Jackson Dart talk just a tad bit. I think that leash was extended a little bit. You know what I mean? So I was definitely happy to see Russell actually, pretty much do his thing and kind of just keep him at bay. Again, the longer Jackson Dart sits, in my opinion, the better. The better for me. So I think this kind of whispers the, quiet the talk just a little bit when it comes to, the Jackson Dart coming in and starting. But, man, Malik freaking Neighbors, man. Besides that one terrible pass from Russell Wilson, he was like lights out, man. Like, you can tell this guy is the star of the team. And he wants to win, and he wants to win bad. So kudos to Malik Neighbors going in and actually doing his thing, man. 167 yards is nothing to laugh at. 2 touchdowns. It's awesome. Wan'Dale. My goodness, my brother. Played well. You played extremely well. I'll give it that. Shout out to you, man. What a game from you. Let's hope this continues the momentum for you, man. I don't want to hear you one week you're doing great, then the next week you're just falling off the face of the earth. This should be your momentum game. This should be the game where you're like, all right, I got my bearings underneath me. I know what to do. I know what the coaching staff looks for me for or look of me. I got to go out there and deliver each time. Once you set a bar, you got to either meet it or exceed it, Wan'Dale. That's it. You can't go below that, all right? And I understand people, going to game plan for you and etc. But don't forget, Malik Neighbors is getting all those double teams. So you got to be that next guy up. You have to be. And you're looking good so far, so good, right? Week 1, we'll throw that in the garbage. But with that said, guys, listen, the Giants scored 37 points. All right? I think that was something that, if they would have brought this same energy and this tenacity to week 1, the Giants would have been 1-1 right now. That's just huge right there for us. 37 points, man. So I'm excited to see that they actually can keep up with the Joneses and actually score some points. The offense did pretty well. Now, let's look at the defense here. We're going to get back to Russell. We're going to get back to the offense in a second. Let's get to the defense a little bit. Got Burns with a sack. You got Kayvon Thibodeau. Kayvon freaking Thibodeau with a sack. And listen, Kayvon played pretty well. Kayvon did his thing. I can't be mad at Kayvon. He came in here and he hears the whispers, I think. And he came in there with a little chip on his shoulder because the guy played pretty good from what we're used to seeing. Even the announcers is like, man, like, this guy's been quiet. He finally showed up. Like, Kayvon Thibodeau wanted to join the party, and here he goes. And I was excited to see him, man, do his thing because I think when I kick his back in, it's not to just belittle him and make fun of Kayvon Thibodeau. I think he has it in him. It's just sometimes people need that extra motivation. Not to say that he needs it from me. Not at all. Coaching staff probably got that under control. But I'm sure the fans, he hears it. And he's just like, yo, I got to get better. And Kayvon, man, you're doing good, man. I thought the Giants was doing okay, stopping the run as well. I thought it was good. And then, the fourth quarter came in, or the overtime came in. I gave you guys the good. Let's go to the bad. Russell Wilson throwing that interception, man. I don't know what the hell you was looking at, bro. I don't know if you just saw a jersey and decided to lob that goddamn ball up in the damn air, bro. It looked like a punt at that point. But I don't know who you saw down there. You meant to throw it away? Maybe that's what you meant to do. But you never throw the ball in the middle of a field. And also, Russell Wilson, what kind of backwards pass? Who you throwing to back there? Was Cam Scatterboo supposed to be back there? You were seeing ghosts or something, my guy? Like, who you throwing to? Maybe you want to go pump fake and then you just do it backwards? I don't know what that was. But Russell, you caused us the game, brother. Because you could have kept that drive alive if you would have just unfortunately, you took the sack. You live for another down. You take the sack. All right? You take the sack and you go from there. But you throw it in the middle of the field, interception, and then you fumble to go backwards and then another out. But Russell, while I give you kudos, man, those particular plays right there, the turnovers, that will kill you. Not only that will kill you, the penalties were absolutely astronomical. 145 yards, maybe more. The Giants set like a new record as usual, and it's for the bad. The Giants had like one of the most penalties they ever seen against the team in like 10 years or something, or maybe longer. I don't even know what the announcers said, but it was ridiculous. It was just real ridiculous. The Giants, 145 yards plus giving up in penalties. You just cannot win the game with penalties like that. Stupid ones. Deonte Banks, bust. He shouldn't even be on the field. I understand people got to get some rest. Cordell Flott still. My God. Paulson Adebo is cool, but the penalties is crazy. Drew Phillips is cool, but the penalties is crazy. I understand he is a rookie, so he got to learn. But the offsides, neutral zone infraction, Abdul Carter, like these penalties is just stupid. It's fundamentals. Some of them calls was suspect, don't get me wrong, but the majority of them was on the Giants. They were. You cannot win games with sloppy penalties like that. And that's what kept Dallas in the game. It's them getting those extra yardage to go out there and score those touchdowns or to kick that field goal. The Dallas Cowboys didn't beat the Giants. Penalties did. Fundamentals. The lack of. The Giants could have easily won this game if they ain't have no turnovers and no penalties. Easy. It wouldn't have been a nail biter. It wouldn't have. And Dallas is a good team, I think. But the Giants beat themselves. And you know who that goes to? You guessed it. You guessed it. Coaching. These guys just don't look prepared. Even though it looks great, the offense did their thing. We scored 37 points. All of that's a gimme. You have to get those. But the other stuff, like the being disciplined, a disciplined football team, it's coaching. I don't know if Brian Daboll walks into the defense room and talks to Shane Bowen and says, hey, man, what's your game plan? What you got these guys doing? I don't know if he does that. If he doesn't, he needs to start like right now because Shane Bowen needs to be left in Dallas. That prevent defense alone in the overtime for them to drive down and freaking kick that game-winning field goal was just amazing. There's actually film out there of some pictures out there. Shout out to Hef. But they had the middle of the field wide open. Like they were playing so far back off the sticks. It's like, what for? At that point, be a little aggressive. That's that bend and don't break. Well, man, you broke. Nothing wrong with being aggressive and sending the house in or being a little bit, hey, listen, we got to protect here because if at least let them get their dink and dunk. I understand you don't want them to get behind you, but that's what you got a Debo for. That's what you got the Drew Phillips for. That's what you got those guys in there to prevent those type of stuff. They got the speed for it. They do. Let them work. Let them eat. Unless he doesn't trust the people he has on defense, Shane Bowen. Unless it's that. But, man, you called the weak defensive strategy there back in overtime there, Shane Bowen. If you're going to continue to be a liability back there, but, man, I don't know what it is. The penalties alone on defense was just unbelievable. That's all coaching, man. And Brian Daboll, the fact that you're the head coach, it falls on you too, unfortunately. It really does. But let's not move away there because even the offense, they have some shade too, even though, like I said, we dropped those points. But they still continue to struggle in the red zone. The red zone efficiency is just terrible. They were down there again and could not figure it out. Missed opportunities. Got to kick a field goal to get 3. That could have been a touchdown. And you tried 4 downs in order to try to get into the end zone. It's still a problem. It's still a plague. This is Mike Kafka, Brian Daboll. You guys are supposed to be the offensive minds back there. And here you are still struggling in week 2 to find the end zone when you're down in the red zone. Something has to be done. You guys got to figure that part out. Now, with all that being said, let me conclude here, guys. We wanted competitive football. We got it. We got it. Any type of walk-off field goal is heartbreaking. And listen, I wanted to go and record as soon as possible. But I had to calm down a bit. I had to look at the entire picture. Okay? Because I was ready to get on here and say everybody has to be fired. It could be. It could be. So we can lay an egg against Kansas City. But I do believe and I do think Giants are improving. Maybe they look competent today. Let me not say competent. But they were competitive. They were competitive, man. They played a damn good competitive football game. I give them that. But the overall stuff, as far as the discipline is concerned and the fundamentals, they got to clean that up. They have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Penalties, turnovers, there's no way we can win the game. And I'll tell you this, man. Like I said, the leash got a little bit longer here for Russell Wilson. I think the Jackson Dart talk is calming down a little bit, especially after this game. But let's see what he can do next week. Because I'll tell you, them defenses was like, oh, Dart's in here. Oh, we know he can run. We got to account for that guy. That's fear right there, if you ask me. Too soon?
New York Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
with your Whoop High Ground.
Let's go.
Let's go.